What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, as you well know, we got a lot of wildfires raging out there, LA County and certain areas. And a lot of people lost a lot of stuff. Fires are still ongoing. It's a big controversy with, governor and all these other people. The reservoir don't have no water in it. Bunch of unpreparedness. Firefighters standing around because they ain't got the resources to do what they got to do their job. People are losing a lot of stuff. People are losing their lives out there. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things with this. But before I get into that, take a look at, some of the latest stuff they're talking about out there in LA. And we're going to come back and I'll give you my commentary.
The firefight in California now in day 4. Today we saw firsthand how homeowners continue to face the wildfires head on.
Topanga's there. If we burn, Topanga burns. We need to stop this.
Using water hoses, shovels, and sprinklers, these residents have been fighting for days.
You're sweating, you're covered in water and dirt. Why are you doing this?
Because there's a whole community behind us, and if we go, they go.
With firefighters on the ground and the wind slowing down, air assets attack the blaze from above.
We're in the middle of the Palisades firefight right now. That is a Firehawk. It's a Black Hawk helicopter that has up to 1,000 gallons of water, dropping it right on some of the hottest spots of this wildfire.
The accuracy of those airdrops was unbelievable.
Even Carmen Harmon, who is 6 months pregnant, spraying down her home with water. She's expecting a boy and says she's trying to ensure her baby has a place to come home to.
We're ready to go if we need to. We have routes out, but we want to try and stay and fight.
And the threat isn't over. Today, new evacuations ordered as a fire broke out in Granada Hills. And last night, another new fire near Calabasas. A furious effort held back these flames, but with each new outbreak, already thin resources are being stretched even further. Today, there's one less firefighting plane in the air after a super scooper was struck by what the FBI is investigating as a civilian drone strike. The damage left a fist-sized hole in its wing, grounding the vital aircraft designed to drop 1,500 gallons of water on fire. The fires have now burned more than 56 square miles. That's larger than the city of San Francisco. More than 12,000 structures damaged or destroyed. These stunning before and after images of the Eaton fire in Altadena showing what the fire did to a vibrant community. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, the fires have now killed 11 people, including 83-year-old grandfather Rodney Nickerson of Altadena. And the number of dead is still expected to rise.
There's still a lot of people are unaccounted for. We don't know where they are. I think this toll is likely to go up, whether it's significant or not. Pray God it's not.
Hajime White lost her father, Anthony Mitchell, and younger brother Justin, who had cerebral palsy. In the Pacific Palisades, actress Jennifer Gardner's home was spared, but she's dealing with the loss of her own.
I'm pointing to a street where a friend of mine lived and she died in the fire, right up there. So coming down here and seeing it, it's very real.
Amid miles of destruction, the National Guard now standing outside fire zones to prevent looting. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom called for an independent investigation into the loss of water pressure in fire hydrants. This as outrage is growing and questions remain about what impact LA's mayor Karen Bass's budget cut to the city's fire department had on the response. Our local station, NBC Los Angeles, pressing the city's fire chief for answers.
So $17 million cut did not allow us to do what we needed to do. And where that impacted us specifically for Palisades was our ability to move into reserve apparatus.
So that apparatus could not be utilized in this fire?
We were limited with the number of resources that we could add and pre-deploy to this fire, yes.
Searching for answers as to what went wrong, as so many now search for a new place to call home.
Tom, let me circle you back to the top of that story. The residents you were with in Topanga, were they able to save their neighborhood?
Look, Lester, we were there as those flames were climbing up that hill, but those residents would not stop. With the help of the firefighters, those helicopters, and those airplanes, they took back control. By the time we were done, the smoke had largely cleared out of the canyon. And even though they won the battle today, all the residents there know this war is far from over. Lester?
Now you see these fires, right? And you see, you know, people trying to fight them themselves, and they're saying it's a water shortage. You're seeing planes getting messed up. Things are what they are, but what I wanted to talk about today was two things. First of all, a lot of these people have suffered insurmountable losses by losing everything they have. And a lot of us don't know what that means. You know, a lot of these houses, memories that can't be, you know, they can't recoup. A lot of these people didn't have insurance because it was a situation up there with insurance where insurance was being cut on homes. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But this right here, and the reason why I'm doing this video, and I want you to hear me, you're seeing regular citizens trying their best to fight for what little they have. And you're seeing a lot of other human beings either running out there, trying to steal stuff, or just starting random fires. They caught a guy out there with a butane blowtorch trying to start fires, and the people stopped them. Police and the National Guard got to stand around to stop people from looting homes where people have evacuated, taking advantage of people that are already being taken advantage of by natural disaster. Listen, when we had the hurricane out here in Houston, that last hurricane we had, right? That was a wake-up call for me. You know, we wasn't even prepared. It was a Category 1. We thought it was going to be okay. Thing went over here and decimated the damn city with the power outage. Caused a big thing. Centerpoint Energy, NRG, all type of energy services. And people still didn't get service back when others did. And people suffered and a lot of people died. We wasn't prepared. And that's the thing. A lot of people out here, human beings that have it good, especially with technology and stuff like that, the internet, so on and so forth, where we can keep track of this stuff and we put a lot of our life into. If a lot of this stuff goes down, there are a lot of people out here that were never taught how to survive, period. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have access to cash when this went down. I should have been smart. I didn't know about it. I didn't think about it. You know what I mean? Had no gas in my car. I had to get on here and put the GoFundMe and hope. And, you know, a lot of you guys contributed to that, and I appreciate that. To get me out of this situation, sweltering heat, no electricity, a lot of people suffer. You understand what I'm saying? People wind up leaving anyway. You know, later on, they took the heat as much as they could. Then when, you know, resources and stuff started running out and people started acting a fool, people got out of here. But the reason why I brought that up is because when I was in San Antonio and I was on my way back after I realized, you know, I was notified that I had electricity where, you know, in my grid, and I could return back to Houston from San Antonio. A couple of days before, you used to see the way the people were coming in after they were trying to wait for power to be restored, which never came. How downtrodden they were, how sad and depressed they were, how they were bringing just anything they could carry. Getting out, and you know what I'm saying? Coming to San Antonio, and it was not a good feeling. It was bad, just like, man, it was like, and you know, we talked with them, they like, man, we tried to stay, we couldn't. And just imagine this. They already have a battle with nature, and there's people out there that are trying to make the flames continue to burn up stuff, destroying lives and memories that people had that they don't know, only for an opportunity to go in and try to steal something from somebody else. You hear the word apocalyptic, the way it looks out there. It does. It looks like lava came and just destroyed everything. And people are sitting there, you know, and watching it. You know, non-California residents like, man, that's really messed up. But make no mistake, this is rough. If we had some type of natural disaster, I want you to ask yourself this. How many of us would really survive if we had to leave the comforts of technology and stuff like that? That's why I do a lot of reading. I try to look up things that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't find interesting. You know, like how to survive and prepping and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not gung-ho with it, but I mean, just the basic idea of what's going on. Because if you really think about it, the next war is going to be fought on the level of cybersecurity. You're seeing it. Hackers from China and all these other places and this and that. And I'm telling you, something is coming, and a lot of people are going to be left out because our minds are conditioned to go after things that we want rather than things that we need. Education, you know, on survival and stuff. People need to start paying attention. Dude, for real. I mean, you should be able to know how to make a fire. You should know how to, you know, boil water and know how to, you know, learn a little bit about water chemistry, which I already know because my job I have. But your own survival is exactly your survival. We had a snowstorm out here about 2 or 3 years ago, and in Houston, where it hardly ever snows. I've been here almost 20 years. It snowed like 3 times, and like it blanketed the ground. The last time it snowed, it was like left a little bit of ice and people panicked. They were fighting and acting a fool at gas stations, and the gas stations ran out of gas. And I'm like, it's only this much snow on the ground. Now, I'm from Jersey where we have blizzards, but you understand what I'm saying? Any cataclysmic event or something deemed cataclysmic, people are going to lose their shit. And a lot of people that know how to survive will survive, and a lot of people will be wiped out because nowadays we don't focus on our own survival and just the basic necessities that human beings learned a long time ago, because life is so easy for us, whether it's the internet or just we'd rather watch somebody else do than do ourselves. This should be a wake-up call to people. These people are out here with garden hoses, watering their own stuff, just trying to cool things off and make sure they can keep what little they have. You know what I'm saying? There was a story I wanted to do, and then I lost it. I seen it, then I lost it, where a guy died. When police found him trying to put, you know, the flames out near his house, he died with the garden hose in his hand from smoke inhalation. That's a horrible way to go. But the thing is, California is not the only place that can burn or be set on fire. You seen it in 9/11 when we had the attacks. People was listless. They was walking around. They didn't know what was going on. This could strike at any time in this country. And you should be prepared to at least do the basic survival necessities and stuff. Because I'm going to tell you something. The ones that know, you know, will have to come to the aid of the ones that don't know. And the ones that don't know, a lot of them are going to be in a position where they just losing their shit. And you'll see a bunch of looting, a bunch of silly stuff, people stealing a bunch of stuff that don't matter because they think the crisis will end sooner or later. There's some things you can't come back from. And though a lot of us don't know what's coming tomorrow or the day, you should be prepared somewhat, at least here, especially if you're men out there. You know what I'm saying? Or husbands or something like that. And you got other people you got to care for. That hurricane was a learning experience for me. And I know for a fact, I don't give a damn if it's a half a class, that a class category 1 or category 2 or half a category. I don't give a damn. I'm having it to where I'm ready to get up out of here, and I'm going to be prepared regardless of what you hear on the news. Because this proves, you know, that they don't know everything, and you never know what's around that next corner, even though you think you can see part of the curve. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thoughts and prayers with everybody out there. The ones that lost and the ones that are fighting not to lose anything out there in California. And I'm going to be honest with you. All of this crime and people taking advantage, I'd blast them on the spot. Ain't no arresting them because you know better. You fucking know better. And that's the thing. There are people out here that don't care about other people, and they'll take advantage of the ones that are most beat down. And they'll come in there and, man, come on, man. Come on. Just something I wanted to talk to y'all about, man. Just be prepared. You know what I'm saying? And just never think it's going to be the way you think in your head. Because remember, nobody can tell the future. And we don't know when the next disaster is coming. Only thing you can do is just be ready. See you in the next video. Take care.